This is Amin Parker. Ever since that failed collaboration between Nintendo and Sony, Sony has been trying to stick it into Nintendo's side for decades. They are still angry and bitter that Nintendo broke their deal with them, that they went alone and created the PlayStation. Keep in mind, the PlayStation was a joint collaborated idea between both Nintendo and Sony. So inadvertently, Nintendo helped create the PlayStation. But because they broke the deal, which would have allowed the PlayStation to be connected to the Super Nintendo, it would have been a CD-ROM for the system. It probably would have did pretty good, but it wouldn't have been a good idea for Nintendo to go along with, because they would have had to share some of those royalties on their own first-party software with Sony. So that would have not been beneficial for Nintendo. It's better for them to profit 100% off their own titles. Nonetheless, Sony has been wanting to remove Nintendo from the video game industry. And they just can't do it because Nintendo is just that good. Very talented developers, very talented console creators. You can't defeat the original legend of the video game industry. And that legend is none other than Nintendo, who was here since the first generation. Now, the reason why I'm making this video is because over the generations, Sony has been copying Nintendo, but trash talking them at the same time on various different occasions. From them copying Mario Kart, from them copying Super Smash Brothers, from them copying motion controls. Now, recently, they have begun to copy Nintendo's Wii U idea. Now, they want to have a screen connected to a controller that will allow you to stream your games from the console to the controller, just like the Wii U. And of course, you have to be in the same area as the system itself. You see, this is just straight copying off Nintendo. Copying their concepts, but at the same time, trashing them as a company in public. Trying to make them seem like nothing more but a kid's company, a has-been. You know, Nintendo fans, we have to put up with a lot of bullcrap from Sony fans online on a regular basis. Even when our systems outsell theirs. Now, I'm not going to lie. There has been times where the Sony system has outsold the Nintendo system. But there have been times where the Nintendo systems have outsold the Sony systems. But let the fanboys talk. They'll tell you that the Sony systems are always better and always outsell the Nintendo systems. Make it make sense. Sony just keep trying to copy and follow Nintendo wherever Nintendo goes. Nintendo is king in the handheld market, and Sony just keep trying to follow Nintendo in the handheld market, one way or another. This is them realizing too late that the hybrid concept of the Switch is the superior concept. And now they're slowly for surely trying to get into that realm. I won't be surprised if they come out with their own hybrid one day. You see, people are going to say, but Nintendo don't have a monopoly over an idea. They can't do that. It doesn't matter. No matter what Nintendo does, Sony wants to copy Nintendo. Their goal is to remove Nintendo from the industry. I'm so happy that Nintendo's outselling the competition. I'm so happy about that. Sony is way too arrogant. They get pissed off and angry that Microsoft is trying to buy Activision. That they are the only console manufacturer trying to stop Microsoft and Activision's deal. They're the only ones whining and complaining when things don't go their way. But they have all the third-party support. So why does Sony and its fans constantly whine, cry, and complain about Nintendo and Microsoft? You know, Sony's not doing good in Japan at all. Sony is not that profitable as people think they are. If they were, they would not need to put their games on the PC. But people keep thinking that Sony's always number one, no matter what they do. They keep thinking these things. Nobody is number one, no matter what they do. And in this industry, companies go up and companies go down. Companies have good times and companies have bad times. Look at the Wii U and the Vita. Both systems flopped. So no company is the best no matter what they do. I'm making this video for us Nintendo fans. Yes, spread the news throughout the internet that Sony is currently copying Nintendo when it comes to Splatoon and when it comes to the Wii U format idea of a second screen on the controller that you can play your games on when the TV is being occupied. Pass the news, guys. This is another weapon in our tool pack that we can use in arguments with these delusional PlayStation fanboys who refuse to admit that Nintendo is the most innovative video game company on the market, and who refuse to agree and admit that Sony keep copying Nintendo time and time and time again when it comes to games and controller innovations. Don't forget about the Move controller, how that copied the Wii motion controls. Guys, make it make sense for me. This is Amin, and I'm out.